Hello guys, I am Shubham Bhatt. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to show you some amazing cool chess tricks in King's Gambit. So watch till end. And if this is your first time on this channel, then like, share and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button so you never miss any of my videos.
Alright guys, let's get started. This deadly trap in the King's Gambit begins when black accepts the pawn sacrifice. After white plays bishop to c4, black immediately jumps in with a check using the queen. A very natural move since the knight hasn't yet developed. White calmly slides the king aside and then black plays bishop to c5, clearly trying to finish the game quickly. But white has other ideas. First comes d4, kicking the bishop back. Then knight to f3, attacking the queen. Now, instead of retreating, black gets greedy and plays queen to g4, putting pressure on the king side. But guess what? That's exactly what white was waiting for. Here comes the deadly move, bishop to f7 check. At first, it looks crazy, but if black captures the bishop, then white strikes with knight to e5 check. This forks the king and the queen, and at the same time, it's a discovered attack on the queen. White can grab it any way he wants, leaving black completely busted. Going back, at this point, even if black realizes that he is in trouble and plays something like king f8, then you have h3, attacking the queen. Surprisingly, she only has one safe square to go. Now we can bring out the other knight. If black tries to be greedy and takes the bishop, then we have the lethal move knight to e2. g6 is the only safe square for this queen. Again, we have knight to e5 and the queen is gone. From here, you can win easily. Moving on to the next trap. This one comes from the Falkbeer countergambit. It starts with d5. White develops the knight, black captures, and white immediately recaptures. Now, black brings out the bishop, eyeing that dangerous diagonal. White calmly develops his knight, targeting the center. Black defends, but white has something much trickier in mind. He pushes again with the queen, not just eyeing the center, but secretly preparing a deadly strike. Black continues with knight to c6, inviting an exchange. And here comes the surprise. Knight takes on f7. A brutal fork on the queen and rook. If black dares to capture with the king, white follows up with a queen check and then calmly grabs the bishop. Not only does white end up with an extra pawn, but black's king is left wide open, exposed to attack for the rest of the game. So in this position, black doesn't take the knight. Instead, he calmly saves his queen. White, thinking he's still winning, happily grabs the rook. But now comes black's deadly plan. He plays knight to d4, attacking the queen and, at the same time, threatening a brutal attack on the king and rook. White wants to defend both threats in one move, so the only option is queen back to d1. But this is exactly what black was waiting for. Here comes knight to f3. Check! If white tries to run, the bishop joins the attack with devastating threats. So instead, white eliminates the knight. But when the pawn recaptures, it's a discovered check with the queen. The white king is completely helpless. With no safe square to run, white is forced to sacrifice the bishop. But black doesn't even bother to take it. Instead, he plays the brilliant f2. Check. Now the king has only one legal move, king to f1. And in this position, it's mate in 1. Can you find it? Yes, it's bishop to h3. Checkmate. An absolutely beautiful finish. Anyway, let's jump into the next trap. This game starts with the King's Gambit accepted. After knight to f3, white covers the h4 square. Black responds with knight to f6, attacking e4. White boldly pushes forward and the knight steps aside, still guarding the pawn. Another knight develops, and then black plays d6, challenging white's powerful center. White calmly develops his bishop. Black captures and white recaptures, and this is actually the turning point of the game. At first glance, it looks like white is doing great, already targeting that weak f7 square. But here comes the surprise. Knight to e5 has left the h4 square weak. Black immediately jumps in with queen h4 check. The king has to run to safety. To deal with the attack, black offers a bishop exchange. White accepts, but this was all part of the plan. Black's real idea was to remove white's bishop from that critical diagonal. And now the fireworks begin. Black plays knight to g3 check. White can't capture or he loses his rook. Moving to other squares would allow deadly discovered checks. So the king steps back to g1. The hungry bishop now pounces with a check. White tries to block with d4, but black simply takes it. Suddenly, the position looks wild. The knight is hanging, the bishop is hanging, but white can't capture freely. He tries to take the bishop anyway, but after queen takes back, black unleashes a stunning move. Knight to e2 check, forking the king and queen. White has no choice but to capture with the knight. And now comes the crusher. Queen to e1 checkmate. What an absolutely brilliant finish by black.
So that's all for today in the King's Gambit. I've also posted some other amazing traps in this opening. Make sure to check them out. I'll drop the link in the description. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of my upcoming chess tricks and traps. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.